In this video, I'm going to do a full review of the Echelon Smart Connect EX3 bike.
This is insane!
Team, come over the top. Take a look.
If you're watching this, it's likely that you're considering buying an Echelon bike. And let me tell you this, you've come to the right place for a full and honest review. Before we get stuck in, a brief introduction for those who are new to my channel. I'm Laura and I have a huge passion for sports and fitness and taken part in several endurance challenges in the past. What you'll find on this channel is a series of adventures and challenges, and I also really enjoy doing product reviews. That's that bit done. Let's start with the basics of the bike. The Echelon, or Echelon, how do you even say it? Would you know how to say it? This bike brings indoor cycling and fitness into your very own home. Think of it much like a spinning class. And they've got a series of live classes and on-demand classes that you stream via the app onto your tablet or your phone. As well as offering cycling classes, they also offer other fitness classes which include strength training, kickboxing, yoga, meditation, Pilates, bar and core. And we'll be covering all of those things in much more detail later on in the video, but first let's do an unboxing. We did it!
And so I will mount the bike.
This bike was really easy to set up. It comes almost fully assembled and it takes about 45 minutes to attach all of the additional components. The bike has a fairly small footprint, measuring 1 metre deep by about 55 centimetres long, and there's a set of wheels at the front, which means that it can be tucked away when it's not in use. You will need an electric point close by because the bike does require electric. The seat post is adjustable up and down, but it also moves forward and backwards, which means that you can get the perfect fit for you. And the handlebars are also adjustable by going up and down as well. The pedals are dual-sided. On one side you've got the cages, which means that you can use regular trainers. And on the other side, you've got SBD clips, which means you can use your cycling shoes or your indoor cycling shoes. The resistance is magnetic, and you do need to plug the bike in and use the app in order to get the resistance. You can also use this as your brake by pushing the lever down. Underneath the seat, there's 2 weight holders, and I'll explain that a little bit later. At the front, underneath the handlebars, there's 2 water bottle holders, and they can take a 1 litre water bottle. And on top of the handlebars is a mobile or tablet holder, which you can adjust to suit your device. And finally, at the side, there's a USB point, which you can use to charge your device as you're using the bike. This bike costs £1,199, which is quite a stack of money. And then on top of that, you've got your Fit Pass membership, which gives you access to all of the classes, and that costs $39.99 per month. Each day there's around 14 live classes that you can join, and there are thousands of on-demand classes. All live classes are uploaded straight to the app, and at the point of recording this video, the Echelon app currently has 5,554 classes to choose from, which means you can do them at any time. So now would be a great time to give you a tour of the app. Once you've created your account on the Echelon app, then this is what it will look like. On the featured tab, this is basically your home page, and at the top you've got all of your live classes that are about to take place. Underneath this you've got your different categories of fitness classes, so your cycling, your strength, your tone and your stretching. And then underneath this are the current Echelon Challenges. I haven't delved too much into these, but if you do hit the challenges, it gives you a little brief description of what that might involve. And then underneath you've got popular categories such as beginner classes, new classes, popular rides, scenic rides, and the favourite workouts that you can save into the app. So this is really suitable for just picking any class that suits you. And then heading onto the on-demand section, this is all the classes, the 5,172 cycle classes that you'll find on the Echelon app. And rather than scrolling through, what I like to do is use the filter section and just pick the class that suits me based on the length of time or a genre of music, and then I can find a class that suits me. The live tab is all of the classes that are taking place over the next few days, and you can easily book onto a class by just tapping. You can add that to your calendar, and that will set an automatic 15-minute reminder so you can get prepared for your class. The progress tab gives you an outline of all of the rides that you've done that week, the duration and the calories, plus the list of all the rides that you've done just there. And then the more tab includes things like profile, you've got your freestyle ride, and you can also contact Echelon with their live chat, or they contact us if you've got any questions. Let's talk about those freestyle rides. You don't always have to join a class in order to use the bike. You can just jump on and do your own thing, but you do need to be plugged in and also using the app in order to use the bike. I did this a few times where I just wanted to get lost in my own music and set myself a challenge.
That was insane. I had a bit of a grumpy day today, major technology fails, and so I set myself a challenge to cycle 999 calories, 2.5 hours, and I feel great.
And I really enjoyed it, and I thought that I'd do it a lot more. But actually, I enjoyed the classes way more. They got me so motivated and so pumped that I just kept going back for more classes. So let's talk about the classes now. When you ride, you have all of your stats on screen. Your cadence is the amount of times that your legs are turning in a minute. Then you've got your resistance, which goes up to 32. And then your output is a combination of your cadence and your resistance. The higher the output, the more power that you're putting through the pedals. During the ride, and only if you want to, of course, you can race other people on the leaderboard by generating as much power as possible. And this is so motivating.
So there's this leaderboard and everybody's doing the class around the world. There's this girl called Linz, well, I think it's a girl, and I was trying to beat her. I was trying to catch her and I just couldn't. It's so cool. That gets me so pumped.
And that brings me into the community aspect of Echelon. If your friend has got a bike, then you can ride with them and race them if you want. There is an international Echelon community on Facebook with over 10,500 members. So you can join that group, hook up with other people and do some rides, which is really cool. During the ride, the instructors will give you an idea of what cadence they're expecting you to be riding at. And so that then gives you an indication of what resistance level you should be on. So this makes it suitable for everybody. And I really love how some of the classes have the rides in time with the music. It kept me so focused and it made me push really hard.
Almost there, Summer.
60 to 65.
I am not a fraud. Why am I not God?
Strong. This is the end. Don't let me down.
There is the option to ride some scenic rides within the app to exotic places like Singapore, Western Australia or through the French Pyrenees, but I was a bit disappointed because these sessions weren't interactive. I thought somehow if I pedalled faster I would move faster or it would change the resistance on the bike, but it didn't. It was just literally something pretty to look at. Now I've taken you through everything that the Echelon bike has to offer. It's time for a conclusion. My housemates and I have been using this bike for 12 weeks, and when I first got it, I've got to admit, I didn't think I'd like it, but boy oh boy was I wrong.
They are so good. These workouts are so good.
I really enjoyed doing as much exercise outside as possible, whether that be running or cycling. But as I live in central London, if I want to do a relaxing and enjoyable bike ride, often I come back having risked my life on the dangerous and busy London roads. So this has been a really great alternative for me to get my cycling training in. And as a result of doing 2 indoor cycling classes for the last 3 months, my legs have got way stronger. I've even got a little bit of definition on my quads, which I've never had. And my running has got so much faster.
I did it. I just got a 2020 PB. Just not 20 seconds off.
I did think that I would get bored of the bike, but it's been the complete opposite. The more I use it, the more I want to use it, and I really wish that we were keeping it. The bike is really quiet, which means you can use it early in the morning or late at night, and you don't have to worry about disturbing the other people that you live with, apart from if you do this. Awkward. I think this bike is suitable for everyone, whether you're a fitness fanatic or you're just getting into it. All of the workouts are scalable and you can take it to your own level. Plus, you can sit in your own house, you can work your ass off, and no one else needs to see you. Now, I've covered all of the good things, so now let's cover some of the elements that I'm not so keen on. In the app, I want to be able to tap the class to find out some more information about it, but it doesn't look like that's an option. And when you head into the live tab, if you try hitting the class, it just ends up booking you on rather than giving any further information. You can get the information in the on-demand classes, but the descriptions tend to be quite generic, copy and paste kind of stuff. And in some cases, it doesn't really give me an indication of what the class is going to be like. And what I haven't already mentioned is that some of the cycle classes include arm weights. But I'm not keen on the arm weights. When I cycle, I just want to cycle. In some of the descriptions, the classes indicate that they will use weights, so I generally avoid those. But others don't mention it, and when it's included, I'm a bit like, I expect some people do enjoy the arm weights bit. I just wish that I knew if a workout was going to have it in, because then I wouldn't do it. Sometimes, but not all the times, there may be times that you want to do a live class, but it's not available. For example, this is a calendar of all the events coming up this week, and on a Sunday, there's very rarely any toning classes or any stretching classes. However, saying that, you can choose from one of the 5,000 on-demand classes, so it's actually no biggie. And given the dominance in the US, and bear in mind the culture differences all over the world, the music that's included is based on popular music that's in the US. And don't get me wrong, fab music, but sometimes I would just love to get lost in some drum and bass or some garage. It's definitely no major issue, and I know that Echelon can't cater for everybody all over the world, but I definitely thought it was worth mentioning. Coming into the next point, I wear a fitness watch and a heart rate strap for all of my workouts, and I was a bit disappointed to find out that my heart rate strap wasn't compatible with the Echelon bike. It's a pretty standard heart rate strap that comes with a Garmin watch. Bear that in mind if you do want to use a heart rate monitor. Just check out which one is compatible with the bike first. I did reach out to Echelon about this issue and they were really quick at coming back to me. So even though I can't use my heart rate strap, I was really impressed with the customer service. All in all, I really love the bike. I love that I can work out at home and I get a proper decent sweat on, and my housemates love it too.
Go on, Rach. Go on, Brooke. Go on, Rach. Go on, Brooke.
As I sit editing this video, I realise that I haven't spoken about any of the classes that aren't on the bike. My housemates and I did several of the stretching classes in the evenings, and also I took plenty of breaks from work during the day to try some of the shorter classes, 10-minute and 20-minute core classes, and I was really impressed with the variety and also how easy it is with that FitPass membership to stay fit at home, because there's just so much to offer. So that brings me on to my final question. Is it worth it? I'm gonna say absolutely, definitely a big fat yes. There's loads of other videos online that compares the Echelon bike to other indoor cycles. And I can't give my opinion because I haven't tried any of the other brands. But what I will say is that the Echelon bike gets me super motivated. I can do it in my own house. It's really small. It's a great price. And I've got really fit as a result of using it in just 3 months. There's a few minor points that don't suit me, but nothing's perfect, right? And the main thing is I get up in the morning, I jump on the bike and I get it done.
Winner!
I really hope that you found this video useful and it's given you a nudge in the right direction to whether the Echelon bike is right for you. Echelon also make a rowing machine and I'm desperate to get my hands on that so I can do a review. So if you want to see that, then please drop me a comment just to say Echelon rowing machine review. The more comments I get, hopefully I'll be able to get the rowing machine in my living room. If you've got any questions about the bike, then please also put those in the comments box. I do plan on making more videos over the next few months. I've got several challenges and adventures planned and also plenty more product reviews. So if you have enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I will put some other videos up on screen right now that I think that you might like. And thank you very much for watching.